this regular council meeting of June 1st, 2015 to order, please. Roll call.
Neil.
Here.
Ralph.
Here.
Bill.
Here.
Kathy. Present. Mary Jane. Here.
If everyone's had time to look over the minutes from the regular May 4th meeting, I would need a motion to accept, please.
Make a motion to accept the May 4th meeting minutes.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Ralph.
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to amend the minutes of the special May 18th meeting before we vote, please. In discussion about advertising for a street department guy, during the course of conversation, I failed to mention to council the cost of the advertisement. Register Herald was $233.30, and the radio station was $276. I would need a motion to accept that amount of money from council.
Before you do that, did that come out of street department or did that come out of general fund?
Street.
I make a motion we accept pay those ads.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Ralph.
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Having said that, I would need a motion to accept the minutes from the special meeting of May 18th, 2015, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Bill.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Neil.
No.
Ralph.
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
At this time, I want to amend the agenda a little bit. We had interviews this Saturday. Ralph, Neil, and myself interviewed 7, I believe it was, interviews for the position of the street department. And by unanimous decision, we have accepted, asked James Ragsdale here if he would like to accept the job, and he has, and I'm here tonight to present him the recommendation to him and council for their approval for a street department person. I would need a motion for that, please.
I'll make that motion.
Before you do that, you want to have him introduce himself to everybody else?
Sure.
Could they,
If you'd
like to talk to him
yeah.
a little bit first?
James, go ahead.
James Ragsdale, County Specialties, or
Where are you working now, or are you?
Florida Landscaping in Greenville.
Okay. And are you going to be available to us right away, or are you going to need to give some notice? It's kind of busy for landscaping people right now.
I'll put my 2 weeks in.
Okay.
James's resume, he worked in Arkansas a few years back before he was married for a city down there in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and he's worked for a couple of companies, a construction company, an asphalt company. He's got some stormwater vision experience. He has dump truck, skid steer, snow plowing, backhoe, dozer, paver roller, milling machine. He's got quite a bit of experience that he's bringing to the table. He's married to a youngster. His wife is a teacher at FM School District, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes.
So that they're...
And you live
New Madison.
New Madison.
Yes.
Now,
Anybody else have any questions for James? At that, having said that, then I would need a motion to accept James Ragsdale as our street department
Make
commissioner.
that motion again.
I'll second.
Roll call, please.
Ralph.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Neil.
yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Okay, by vote of the 3 panels up here, I would make a recommendation to council that James starts at $14 an hour. I would need a motion for that, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ralph.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
James,
Bill.
welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Like we said, as a starting pay and then a reevaluation after 90 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds great.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Can I have you got a cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay, would you leave your cell phone number with Jason?
Mhm.
So we can get hold of you? I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, it's already there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's on
Okay.
good. And the house phone, if I don't have service.
If you get a chance to, I'd like to, maybe we get together.
Neil is this head of the street committee, so you'll be dealing with him most of the time, so.
Okay.
I want to get with you and we'll go around town and.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay,
Yep.
make it convenient on you.
Yeah.
Now, James, you can either stay or you can leave, whichever one you prefer to do, that's fine with us, but. Okay, next, I believe, we have a vacant council seat, and I think Neil has a recommendation for that, and possibly, I don't know, Ralph, if you.
Got no reaffirmation on it, so we're.
Neil, if you would, please.
Okay, I talked to Teresa Sally Moss, that's Nancy Phillips' daughter. She was interested in fulfilling this seat, so, I told her she could either be here or not be here. It was her choice, but that's my recommendation to council. I think she'd do all right. She's been around this
She'll
crew
do
up
good,
here.
yeah.
Been here forever.
Does she, I think she was in Florida quite a while, which it's just a question, is that something, well, it was Texas, yes, I'm sorry. Is that something she
That's one
usually
of the
does?
kids, yeah. Well, she has a choice, she'll have to make a choice.
I just, I like her, I know her,
Yeah.
I've known her for a long time, so that was the only question I had.
She would be taking, if council so sees fit, she would be taking Joe Bartle's seat, and her term would expire in 2017. So having said that, is there a motion?
I move to accept Teresa Sally Moss as to fill our vacant seat on council.
A second.
Roll call, please.
Ralph,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Glad to get the seat filled. Okay, I need a motion to approve the warrants and payroll timesheets, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Neil,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Need a motion to approve the transfer of the police revenue from the general fund to the police fund, please.
I move those funds be transferred.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Kathy,
Yes.
Bill,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Need a motion to approve the police fund monthly operating fund transfer, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Need a motion to approve the interest transfer, please.
Motion made.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Neil,
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Bill.
Okay, Heath, you got the floor from Moten Associate. Right.
Oh, hi, Susan.
Yeah, I'm Susan Lebanon.
Just that,
I'm the construction manager for Road Associates though, so I'm working down here on the project a lot, overseeing the contractor. And you kind of see the progress that they've made. Not a whole lot of progress yet, but he seemed optimistic that things will change pretty soon. He felt like he'd be moving on the storm a little quicker after today. So, but you can see probably maybe 15 to 20% of the storm then at best, I guess. Seems like things are moving along pretty well. There's not really any obstacles that they've incurred so far. A couple of pipes here and there, but nothing out of the ordinary. So it seems like things are running pretty smooth. The quality of work that I've seen is excellent. I can't complain at all with the quality of work. They're installing the pipe correctly and the bending and backfill. Everything seems to be going in correctly. So can't say that their quality is good. This is my first time I've worked with them. They have some pretty good references. Seems like they did a good job out of it so far. I have a pay application that they have submitted that I need a motion from you guys to to approve tonight. It's $27,240.71. And I'm sure you'll hear that number and say, well, boy, they're not 11% done, and they're not 11% done. But a lot of this is actually stored materials that they have stored out here on site, so they're billing ahead for that, and they've submitted the appropriate paperwork to get paid for that. So,
Okay. I need a motion to approve payout of $27,247.71 to the project, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy,
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Neil, Bill, Ralph.
Yes.
Anything else, Heath?
no, unless anybody has any questions or concerns.
What decision did you come up about?
He has not responded back to
Okay.
vote yet, so that's still in process. There's no answer on that yet. He's not responded to their emails.
I'm going to send them an email tomorrow and just ask them to respond.
What are you talking about?
When we, last meeting, we talked about the additional sidewalk down here where you get the council approved to try and negotiate with him on a price break to finish the job out down here. We had that,
Yes,
the
yes.
8,500 or whatever it was. We talked about maybe $4,500 offer to him and see if he would do that. He has not responded to the emails yet, but there's plenty of time before they get to that part of
Yeah,
it. So,
they're not
but
there yet.
still, you would think he would respond before long, so.
Yeah,
So we have no information on it this time.
Okay.
Yeah, it was probably sent about a week ago, but it seems like he may do a lot of his own paperwork, plus he's out here all day long, so. that's right.
Maybe
He's really
that
not
we
far
will get
along
that
enough.
one right at that point then.
Price-wise, you know?
Well, I'll email him tomorrow and ask him.
Our understanding is he's going to do the storm and then come back on the side, so I think we're looking at some time down the road yet for that negotiation.
Yeah, potentially some law time too, because he's got a contract that he's got to fulfill with the city of Dayton. He came here first, get the storm in, get the drainage in, and then he's got to go down there and he's got a more strict deadline.
So he's still going to meet the deadline he got here?
Yeah, I'll see about it.
Hey, Heath, anything else? Anybody else have anything for Heath? Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, feel free, Heath, I know you're busy, feel free, thank you. Okay, we're going to go to committee reports. Safety, please.
So the police department handled 126 calls for service in May. They took 23 reports, made 2 arrests, issued 14 citations, and 6 warnings. A couple things I got here. We did receive a $500 donation from the American Legion for the Memorial Day holiday. So they gave us a check of money there. A second thing here, if you have the paper out that I provided you, our monthly activity report. I'm also asking for council to approve a $3,500 transfer for the purchase of drug equipment, that we can trade in drug equipment, purchase a newer piece of equipment. Due to the nature of what we use this for, if you have any questions, feel free to ask, but keep your questions to a minimum. We don't want this broadcast all over town due to the safety of the officer and that sort of thing. So I have discussed it with the safety committee. So basically, I'm just bringing it for you for approval to transfer that money in so we can go that route.
Safety committee, do you have a motion?
Yes, I do. Motion be to transfer those funds. I talked to the chief about leaving it within the budget that you currently have now, right? Is that correct, Chris? Yeah. And I see no problem with it on my part by using the budget as it is now, and then later on down the road, if we run into an issue, then we'll have to bring it back to the table and come up with more funding if necessary, but hopefully we won't.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy,
Yes.
Ralph,
Yes.
Neil, Mary Jane.
Yes.
Bill.
Thank you, Chief. Thank the officers for a fine job. Building?
No, nothing really. I know we need to get on that bus monitor. try to get the roof, at least get the roof fixed. I have tried to contact Mr. McMahon about getting the boat out of there so that we can use that building. The suggestion was pull it out, bring it back into our impound lot, so that would make it easier for him to get to it whenever he so chooses. So that's where we kind of stand on that. I don't know if you had any more meetings, but
The last conversation with Mr. McMahon was back before, around November, before the holidays, and I asked him about the boat. He said the boat didn't actually belong to him, it belonged to a friend of his, whose daughter was taking care of this guy's affairs, and that he would contact her and have it out of there in a couple of weeks, and that was
Before.
5 months
Waiting
ago.
because of the holidays and everything.
It's
was
been
really
5 months
bad
ago, and
time
that's the
then.
last conversation I've had with Mr. Mann about the boat, so.
I've also asked the chief that if we don't hear anything back within a reasonable time, to go ahead and start the process of getting title for the boat, and we'll claim it ourselves. So, get it out of here, you know? It's not ours. We're not liable for it.
I tried calling him again today.
He won't answer.
There's not even a voicemail now.
No.
It rings, so I'm not sure what the issue is there. But after 30 days of it being abandoned on our property, we can file for a title for it. So we're trying to
Do it right.
give him time to get it out of here, but if, the last resort, we can always file a title for it and get rid of it.
You know, rightfully, it's not our responsibility to have this and take care of it, because the longer it stays with us, the more liable we are. If something happens, they come in, or whoever say, well, you guys
You guys
did
were
my
taking
boat.
care of it, yeah.
So I'm gonna, whatever.
Spread it out for the summer.
There you go. It's a nice sailboat, man. I mean, hey, come on. But
A
anyway,
sailboat.
I want to, so that's where we stand with that.
But this, I'm sure this sailboat's worth quite a little bit of money, so I can't imagine why they're not coming after it, but since
And we have no
he's had the
idea of
opportunity.
the actual daughter's name or any of
I
that. We
have
don't know who that is.
I have no information on the fact Mr. Mann said it actually belongs to a friend of mine whose daughter is, and I will contact her, and I will be down in a couple weeks and pull it to my house where she can get it, and that is the last response that I've had from Mr. McMahon.
That's November.
Yeah, that was sometime in November.
So,
Yeah.
At that time, so.
Chief Driver, that number that you called to try to contact him, do you get a secretary?
No, this is.
No?
I think it's a cell number, is what I think it is.
Okay, I have a number at home that I usually get a hold of, a secretary that's running a trailer park somewhere in Dayton, and she tries to relay the message to him. Or if you talk to Keith, the antique shop, there's a connection there
well,
somehow.
they're good friends. They hang around together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can stop in there. You can get a message to me.
Something.
Sure.
Because he sure didn't answer his phone, did he?
Well,
You're not the only one that's calling.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else on building? Streets?
Streets, yeah, we've got problems everywhere. I think everybody knows that. The new streets up on Ridgeview and what's the next one, Pheasant Circle, they're just coming apart. I mean, they're blown out. The trucks up there, the trash trucks running up there completely destroyed Ridgeview. It's all broke up. What's one farther zone?
Cardinal Hill?
Cardinal Hill is still absolutely in bad shape. So that's something we're gonna have to look at. I don't know what to do. Maybe you might have a good idea when you come on, since you have experience with this, which I hope you can. Maybe give us some suggestions and see a direction to go. We're gonna have to spend some money on these streets, because they are bad shape. Plus, we still got projects we've got to finish out, which is Cherry Street, Main Street. That was our original plan, our 15-year plan, so I think we've pretty well stayed with that, haven't we?
Yeah.
But we need to be thinking here what to do about these streets, because they're not going to be a street much longer.
Well, this is the last project that we've got in the pipeline, other than going, our money is committed pretty much committed this year for the project out here now, but, we've asked Susan to put us in a loop for the east side of the Cherry going up the hill. but even though getting the loop, you do not move to the top until the third year. So we got 3 years, or at least 2.5 years there for the next year and the following year to be considering money towards these streets that's not obligated to a grant issue. So, but this year is pretty much.
And the sidewalks occur, we need to along the way be able to maybe use him in doing some sidewalks on our own, you know, and do, see what we can do.
Okay, lights. Finance.
There are several items that will come up under the resolution and ordinance
Okay,
to do with finance.
all right. Sanitation, Mary Jane?
I haven't done a whole lot, and I need to get on it, lately it's a mess several places. But 301 West Main Street, I've been talking with the auditor again about that going up for auction. It is, but they've changed the date because it had to run through the sheriff's auction twice. No one's bid on it. So it will be sometime in July, towards the end of July, before this comes up for auditor's auction. And we do have the right to bid on it if you choose to do so. They're supposed to contact the office here to let us know exactly what date. But I plan on calling them too to find out.
And this is the West Main Street.
West, yeah, 301 West Main, the burnt house.
Okay.
On the burn house, did you claim it a nuisance?
Pardon me?
Have you claimed it as a nuisance?
Oh, yeah, a long time ago. But when we
Under
do
our
that,
new, under our new,
if we got the money to tear it down, you can do that.
out of back of the contract.
Actually, it was one of the houses on the commissioner's list, but we couldn't get the bank or
Yes,
the owner to
they
sign
wouldn't
off on it.
That's
so
right.
They took care of it. They could get no
I
response
even
from
heard-
either. I couldn't remember now, my memory fails me, but it seems like they couldn't get the owner to release it. I think the bank was okay.
No, it was
One or the
under
other.
foreclosure, and the mortgage company was in Texas. And they had turned it over to a collection attorney, and nobody would respond. I turned it over to Steve Bruns, and he sent mail, but they would not respond to his mail either.
But it would, you're right, Neil, it wouldn't take much to finish it up, so.
If you own it, the fire department will burn it down for you.
It's already burned, they wouldn't, if they'd have just let it burn.
Not much left there to burn.
There's nothing left to burn, yeah.
But when you get into a burn situation, there's a lot of regulations you
Yeah.
gotta follow to be able to do that.
Okay, EPA.
And we'll still probably have to contact the attorney before we get ready to tear it down.
But if I
We might
remember
have to
right,
go through court to do
well, if I
it.
remember right, Amy couldn't get a hold of them either, you know.
I sent them 18 letters, wasted our money. It's what, James, $6, $7 for certified letters.
So is this sale auction going to be after our next month's meeting? Or is it something?
Probably,
Something
I
that needs to
will,
be acted on tonight, whether council chooses to do something with this property or not?
Oh,
And if we acquire it, what are we actually allowed to do with it? Can we auction it off after that?
you can have a public auction, yes, you can.
Better be careful about that.
Yeah.
Better be
There
careful.
It's just like selling the vehicles out of the police department or
Well,
anything.
I think
You have to have a
we better ask the attorney what we can do with it if we decide to acquire it or try to acquire it. So I think we call it to Bruns would be appropriate to see what kind of situation we get into there.
Fine.
I will tell you that before Memorial Day, Mary Jane,
Mhm.
I mowed 2 properties up on Shady Lane that were bad. That's a 9 and 11.
Greg didn't mow
Shady.
those.
I did,
Oh,
before Memorial Day, so it wouldn't look bad.
Greg was
So,
supposed to go.
no, yeah, well, Gray's not been hitting much of anything that we need to have done.
Having said all that, we're starting to add up to quite an expense on the mowing. You know, we might want to consider looking at a piece of equipment for the street guy to start doing the mowing instead of hiring it out. in his free time. So,
He said you didn't mention that.
well,
It's on his work list of things to do.
I want to get him on the hook before I told him. But, in all seriousness, it's starting to get pretty expensive, and, you know, I have no idea, I'm just not into mowers, but I think, I am assuming that we could, if council wants to allow whoever to look into this, maybe check with the state vehicle purchasing plan. I don't know if mowers are listed in their plans or not, I have no idea. Or at least get some quotes from some people. I mean, what's council's wishes on this?
I think it would be a
How
good
about
idea to
having
at least have an
Yeah,
idea of what it
and I
would be.
think this young man has experience with that, and working for the, let him, when he comes on, let him look this
Well,
up and see
they
what
got-
he can do.
We used to mow it.
I know we did,
everything.
I know we did.
But having said that, you know, we mow for us, BPA, and so if we would want BPA's input on this also. This is not a total council decision here, but something to think about, whether we would like to look into that and see how all of it's mowed through the village. If it was chosen to go that direction, it would not be a burden on one individual fund. You could split that up because we're mowing BPA, we're mowing general, and we're mowing street. So just the thought process of whatever a piece of equipment would cost, it would be so detrimental to one entity, either street department or BPA or the general fund is what I'm driving at.
So speaking about that, does that include sanitation, or is that going to be separate? You don't know yet, but.
When you say, you mean taking the money away from you that you have, is that what you're saying? Or is that what you're asking me, or what?
I'm thinking of getting the grass mowed, the weeds cut. Do I still need, I'll wait until the time comes.
Yeah, well, you know, something to think about the council to see what they want, and also the BPA is to, if they want to move in this direction, to get some quotes and to look at it from a financial side, if that's the appropriate direction to move, because it is starting to get rather expensive for the mowing, especially since we've now acquired that land up there at the school. That's going to add up to a significant number pretty quickly, to where you could probably pay for a piece of equipment in a couple of years or less.
Well, I think it would be a good idea to get some numbers. I mean, we don't know what we're looking at until we see.
Yeah, and I do, so when, do you prefer James or Jim?
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy to remember.
When Jimmy comes on board, then we'll have him get some quotes and see what, and maybe next month we can have a further discussion. In the meantime, we'll just ask BPA's opinion on it, or be thinking about it, and then next month we'll cross this bridge maybe.
One more thing too, I know you and I talked about this, is that after these projects are done, we've taken all these trees out. Does council have in the back of their mind that maybe they would like to replant some trees along those streets, or leave them alone? You know, look at some Bradford pears, look at some plum trees. It's not going to break up again, your input would be good on this. Replacing the trees and stuff and making our town.
I've had several residents ask every year during parades or what, when are they going to plant some trees? So
Well,
I would like
It's
to
always,
see them, but who's going to take care
Well,
of them?
see that, yes.
there you go.
it's always been the back of mind that someday we'd like to do it, but unfortunately, you know, we have been very fortunate through the commissioner's office. Every time we turn around, we got another grant to match the fund with, and quite frankly, we just haven't had any extra money. But seeing how we're coming to the end of the road with grants for the time being, it's something for consideration. So be thinking about it. And because I know, and I don't know where the street department's going to be at by the fall, but I know, and Jimmy, I'm sure you can tell us more about this. I know the Brown nursery over there in Phillipsburg, I know they always have a huge auction at the end of the year where you could really make some significant savings
Yeah.
on trees. So, but I'm not a green thumb. Is the fall appropriate time to plant?
But I don't want to see our
A lot of
sidewalks.
people do.
Yeah, I mean, it's not.
Well, they have to get the right kind of trees.
Yeah.
Well, that's the reason we haven't, we passed ordinances on what trees can be
Yeah.
planted within 4 foot or 5 foot of our sidewalk, which would refer back to us too, which would be the Bradford pears and stuff that grows straight down and doesn't branch out, so we don't, 20 years from now, the next people will have to replace the sidewalks after we went through it. So, yeah, we gotta do it correctly, but it's something to at least be thinking about. And another little bit of expertise gonna be on board with that, so I'm sure he knows how to trim trees.
You were hoping he'd leave, weren't you?
I didn't want to break his bubble all one time tonight, but, here we go, so, yeah, but anyway, something to think about.
Well, some of these projects, Rick, that when they do the sidewalks and curbs, they're gonna have to allow space for that, because some of the areas they've concreted the sidewalk clear out
Well-
the curbing, so that it's taken up space that can be used for trees, so.
That is
have
true.
this in mind, and as we progress with our improvements, we need to allow for that possibility to put trees there.
That is true, but obviously it also goes back to where it can be accommodated.
Correct, but sometimes as they go, they just pour for convenience all the way to the curb, that takes away the
In
possibility.
some places they have done that, yes. And this project here, that is not going to be the case. There is going to be some green space between the sidewalks on this one. I think 2 foot. He's left, I'm thinking 2 foot. But we give up some of the strip down through here for the widening of the street for the parking. So when we're done with that, it is what it is. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be another 2 foot left in there now. Whether it is 2 foot enough for repair, that is beyond my realm of expertise. I don't know. So yeah, good point. Planning. We have a meeting set up, and I do apologize. We had to cancel the last meeting. I was in Cincinnati. I could not get back in time for the meeting. I apologize for that, but it's been rescheduled for May what? Next Tuesday?
June 9th.
June 9th, next Tuesday.
Oh,
I didn't get that memo.
I didn't get the memo.
Oh, and Eddie was supposed to contact you today. So if that's not possible, you
He
need to
called
let
me
me know.
about 3 times
Oh,
today,
okay.
but that last report, I didn't get a date.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So it's
Well,
Tuesday. It'll be Tuesday then, okay.
Well, we're working towards that anyway,
Okay.
so let us know if that's possible.
Something else I want to bring up too that I forgot about is that we need to vote on making Jimmy street superintendent. Eddie is at the current time. Since he's going to take over that position, he needs to be made the street superintendent also.
I believe when I made the motion as a street commissioner, did I not?
I don't recall that.
I believe I did, but maybe I thought.
I don't know if he did or not.
Yeah.
What about the zoning?
Well, that's up to Rick. He can leave zoning as it is.
Yeah. I thought I said street commissioner. I thought.
James, can you look at the record and see if you have that as a title for hiring Jim?
I just have recommendation.
Okay.
I would have to
Well, I
watch
thought I
the
said
video.
it, but maybe I didn't.
I move that we,
Right.
in hiring James Ragsdale, he be given the title of street commissioner, street superintendent, which is better.
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
Yeah. Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
BPA?
We don't have anything at this time,
Thank you.
other than the resolution that's before you for the warrant, Ohio warrant.
Right, yeah, okay. So we get on to that. We'll do the small ones first. Let's do resolution 2015-07 first. And this is a request of tax estimate from the Preble County Auditor for one mill. We have a couple of levies that are coming up, and council needs to be thinking about whether they want to put them back on the ballot or not. That is not what this is about tonight. This is so she can request what it is from the auditor. But then council will have to make a decision on that next month,
Because she'll get the amounts.
Yes, she's
The
going to get, this is to ask the
estimated, yes.
auditor for the amounts, is what this is. And then council will have to make a decision next month as to whether they want to ask that these be put back on the budget, our ballot in November or not. So this is strictly to receive the information from the auditor. Resolution number 2015-07, resolution requested from the Preble County Auditor according to the Ohio Revised Code Section 5705-03, an estimate of tax revenue from a renewal levy of 1 mil for 5 years for the current operating expense levy, having a final collection date of 2015 and declaring an emergency. Whereas is required that the Village of New Paris, Preble County, Ohio, request an estimate of tax revenue from new and renewal and replacement levies before placement on voting ballot can be achieved, and whereas issued for the November 3rd, 2015 general election are required to be in the office of the Board of Elections no later than 4 p.m. Wednesday, August 5th, 2015. Be it therefore resolved that the Village of New Paris, Preble County, Ohio, requests from the Preble County Auditor an estimate of tax revenue for a renewal levy of 1 mil for 5 years for the current operating expenses. I would need a motion on that, please.
Motion made.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Kathy?
Yes.
Bill? Mary Jane?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
I would need a motion to forego the 3 reading rule and pass this as an emergency, please.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Ralph?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Kathy? Yes. Bill?
This is the same thing, only for the other levy that would be going on. This is resolution number 2015-08. Resolution requested from the Preble County Auditor according to Ohio Revised Code Section 5705-03, an estimate of tax revenue from a renewal levy of 2 mil for 5 years for the current operating expenses levy, having a final collection date of 2016 and declaring an emergency. Whereas it is required that the Village of New Paris, Preble County, Ohio, request an estimate of tax revenue from the new, renewal, and replacement levies before placement on voting ballot can be achieved, and whereas issued for the November 3rd, 2015 general election are required to be in the office of the Board of Elections no later than 4 p.m. Wednesday, August 5th, 2015. Be it therefore resolved that the Village of New Paris, Preble County, Ohio, request from the Preble County Auditor an estimate of tax revenue from the renewal levy of 2 mil for 5 years for the current operating expenses. I would need a motion for resolution 2015-08, please.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Bill?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
I would need a motion to go to the 3 reading rule, pass this emergency, please.
Motion made.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Bill? Neil?
Yes.
Resolution 2015-09, and what this is for Jana to rearrange her appropriations in the funds, since we do this all the time. So, Resolution 2015-09, be resolved by the Council of New Paris, Preble County, Ohio, a resolution of approval to realign the permanent appropriations resolution by modifying the following appropriations from one account to another within the fund. I would need a motion on resolution 2015-09, please.
Motion made.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Bill? Ralph?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
And I would need a motion to go to the 3 reading rule and pass this emergency, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Bill?
Yes.
Neil?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Kathy? Mary Jane?
Yes.
Now, Kevin, what is this?
That is, it's a thing that all the utilities in the state of Ohio have gotten together. It's a mutual aid type thing, much like the fire departments have when it's between the utilities. Where if someone's in need of a part, a piece of pipe, or something that's oddball that one municipality might have and another needs, it's a network that you can go online put in requests for different things. And the response we got from our last episode with losing the 2 operators, they actually had 2 operators that could have come here from Columbus. So it's a statewide network for anything that the utilities might need. You can get it.
That's the main purpose, is for personnel to follow up if you lose somebody, is it not? That's what this is all really all about.
Well, it's that.
It covers that.
Just anything,
It's more of a-
Card or
Same
anything.
thing what we did through.
It's kind of an umbrella over everything. It's basically what it is. I mean, it covers all kinds of stuff.
I have a question. Is it mostly emergency situations that would be handled this
Yes.
way? I mean, you're not just going to give up your pipes because somebody didn't want to go order any, but if they're in the middle of something and need this particular piece of equipment or whatever.
It's an emergency thing. Where, say a community had a tornado incident.
Yes.
You can get mutual aid from the surrounding areas, or statewide, for any type, particular piece of equipment that might be available. I know years ago, we had a generator, and I think we took it to Hagerstown, Cambridge City.
Lynn,
Lynn, okay.
and they had their tornado.
Yeah, they were out without power, so we was able to loan that to them for, how long was that,
About a week, so they could run their water pumps and
Water
stuff.
plant, so, just things like that.
That falls under that FEMA that we did past years ago throughout the whole county, same thing. So that if somebody needs a piece of equipment or anything else, in that emergency situation, we can loan it to them or do whatever, help out each other out in emergency situations.
Okay, is this in title only, or does this need to be the whole thing read?
You can read it in title only if we approve that. Ask for.
Is it okay for
I've already read
council to
mine, I
approve
just forgot to
this
bring
in
it with
title
me.
only? See, now it's,
10
I need a
days.
motion to approve this.
I make a motion that we accept the resolution.
Make a motion to read it by title only first.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
I need a
I
motion
make a
to
motion, you read it by title only.
resolution 2015-06 in title only. Is there
I second that motion.
roll call, please?
Neil,
Yes.
Ralph.
Yes.
Bill.
Yes.
Kathy.
Yes.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Now I would need resolution 2015-06, Ohio Water Wastewater Agency Response Network Mutual Aid Agreement. I would need a motion to accept resolution 2015-06, please.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Mary Jane.
Yes.
Kathy. Yes. Bill. Ralph.
Yes.
Neil.
Yes.
Okay, there's been continuing discussion about the possibility of fuel tanks out here in the yard. Ralph, have we got any further
I
response?
still don't
from
have any
our-
numbers yet on gallonage, what the department's using.
Well, we have 2 quotes here.
If you need to move forward with that.
I think this, we're going to
Do what you-
I mean, it's been a couple of months now, we've had no response, so.
But without them, would we still need diesel or not?
Yeah, we still gotta have diesel.
We have diesel
Okay.
for the backhoe and the gator
Okay.
diesel, but not as near as much diesel as if we was using the
Okay.
paramedics and the fires. I'm not saying they can't come aboard, but we just haven't
Yeah.
had a response from them. There's 2 proposals here. One is from Hometown, and this is back in March. And these prices I'm sure are not accurate at this moment because this is a few months back, but they were willing to sit a 550-gallon double wall tank, high volume, need to be 50 feet from a building and need it electric. And they were willing to set a 285-gallon in a pan with a hand pump for the diesel, not electric. No installation cost. At the time, the regular was $2.10, and their diesel was $2.74. I do not know if that is still an accurate number or not, but a guy happened to be driving by through here the other day, and out of the wind, he pulled in here and talked to Jim and left his card, and he's from Harvest Land in Richmond, Jason DeBoo, and he's send us a quote of some of the things that they're willing to do. I spoke with Ohio Liquid Fuel Manager about some options we could offer the village of New Paris depending on the final volume calculated once you receive the fire department EMS numbers. Harvest Land Co-op would provide the following at no cost to the village. One 550-gallon UL 142 double wall flame shield certified tank with meter, pump, hose, and MX box. Estimated gallons 6,000 annually. Now this MX box, it's more like a computer where they go out there and the officers would have a card they plug into it and it would register that it was pumped out on that card versus what, it all boils down to the fact that they're willing to put these on there and it makes it easier on her when she goes to show where it went, whether it's this patrol car, that patrol car, street department, backhoe, whatever.
Who's going to pay for that, for the gasoline or whatever, you know?
Well,
what funds are going to take care of it?
I will continue, but just explain what in the way I understand this MX box, that's what it's for. Is that not correct, Gina?
Yeah.
Okay. One 300-gallon UL 142 double wall flame shield certified tank with meter, pump, and hose, and MC box for the on-road diesel, which would be the fire department side of it, and then one 300-gallon UL 142 double wall tank for the off-road diesel, which would be for the street department. The MC boxes on the first two units would use a key fob system that would be scanned before operation of fuel pumps. This system would allow you to track the gallons not only by the user, driver, employee ID, or department, but also by the vehicle up to 150 users. In the event of one employee using multiple vehicles, tracking is made simple. When the master keyed on the scan, you simply insert into your computer and it automatically downloads to an Excel spreadsheet that makes sorting by departments easy. We have installed a number of these setups for local government entities such as yourself, as well as a number of schools. We would only use the meter pumps on the third tank, that's the off-road diesel, which would be the street department, instead of an MC box. You would need to track these gallons manually. You stated that only the Gator backhoe and we don't have a bulldozer use this tool. Therefore, easy to track 100 gallons a month without expense of an MC box. The MC box is merely an option to make billing and tracking easier. This is not something you want to take if this is not something you want to take advantage of, we could simply just put standard meters on the pump and you could track them manually with the tickets on delivery. This would be up to you totally. Harvest Land would be willing to provide you with no cost to the village, provided that the village was using only Harvest Land Co-op fuel. At any time the village decided they wanted to use another supplier, we would simply collect our equipment. Harvest Land Co-op also offers flexible contracting lock-in prices if you choose to fix some of your costs for the year. The only thing we ask, since we are not a licensed electrician, is that you would have to run electric to the spot that the tanks would be placed once we drop the tanks, your electrician have to connect the wires to the pumps and the MC boxes to operate. So you get a little more bang for your buck from Harvest Land, hometown is local. We've had the discussion here for a while. I think it's time to make a decision as to which direction we would like to go, and I would ask council their opinion.
I by far like staying local, but the fact is that their system, Harvest Land, make things a lot easier. They're willing to
Well, that way, did anybody interpret that as they would not provide the MC boxes, for what I read? I mean,
No.
I interpreted
They
it.
have to provide all that equipment
They're
except
gonna provide it,
for the off-road diesel.
Now that, in our case, without the fire department board, it'd be one MC box for the police vehicle, the gas vehicles in the village.
And then it would
And then the other would be one that you would not be a
You wouldn't
computer.
need that third tank.
Would not need the third tank but also the secondary tank for the off-road diesel that we use for backhoe and the Gator It would not be an MC box, is what they're saying.
Yes.
It would be,
It's a-
it'd be more of a manual type situation, but it would be easier to track because you're only talking about 2 vehicles there instead of all the patrol cars and the BPA's trucks and stuff like that.
Well, I think the fire department wants to come on board with this, but I don't have any gallonage numbers
Yeah.
to bring to the table at this time. I think they're willing to share this with us.
Yeah, and there's
Larry,
no,
you're here in the audience. What, is that the opinion you got from our meetings? That they were willing, as the trustees of the department are willing to share this, but we don't know exactly
right.
what our
And
numbers are.
and there's no issue with that. And I think even if council decides to go ahead with their side of it, I think the fire department can come on board
Well, I
whenever,
right.
but they kind of asked us on our usage for the gas side of it was, they got 6,000 annually, and on the off-road diesel, we got that 1,500 annually, and on the fire department, they simply put not sure of fire department EMS usage, because nobody had a number.
Right, nobody's got a number yet, but
Right.
also under the Harvest Land system would work great for us, right, Larry? If we could monitor that a lot easier with that type of system with a card.
Yeah.
And we'd all know exactly where it went and when it went.
I guess in my mind, right off the top of my head, I don't think 300 gallon would be near big enough for the fire side of it. I made this on the.
No, I don't think so either, but I don't know how big.
And I don't know how big they're willing to go.
Right.
But, yeah, so do you want to wait until we have further information on this before we move? I mean, it's not a life or death situation.
Maybe get some updated prices. I know these prices probably
Yeah.
from hometown are not good. Did they give you any price?
They did not.
Okay.
So I guess what we need from council is a direction of whether we want to continue discussion with Harvest Land, or do we want to continue discussion with hometown, excuse me.
Like I said, I always like to stay local. I love to use local merchants as much as possible. In this situation, I think these people are giving us a pretty good deal. So I would like to pursue with the Harvest Land, personally.
Anyone else have comments?
Did we ask hometown if there's anything similar to that available that they?
We have not had any further follow-up discussion with them, and nor have we discussed that we have now someone just out of the blue stop by. And so, I just need a direction of which, we can ask both of them again. We're getting ready to make a final decision next month, and we need particulars. I mean, we can go back to both of them if you'd like for that to happen.
That'd be a good idea.
I really would feel a little better, I think, if we did just go back to both of
Okay.
them and say,
Then we
you know,
will
we got a
ask for
couple
further,
questions.
we will table this and ask for further comments from both. And in the meantime, please get answers for us from the fire side.
I will work on that.
So, I mean, so we can move forward next month, hopefully with one direction or
You
another.
want to know the gallon use?
Yeah, they need to know an estimate of annual gallons, because I'm sure they're gonna want to set it, in my opinion, I'm sure they're gonna want to set a tank big enough they don't have to run over here every week. So, now how big a tank they can sit technically, legally, and all that crap, that's up to them, because I don't know.
I know Brian has all
But
this.
I'm assuming they will tell us what they can do once you guys arrive at some numbers for us. So, all right, thanks. Okay. As everyone knows, Dr. Hahn is retiring. And I was asked to attend a invitation party in Dr. Hahn's honor, but I am unable to attend, and Kathy volunteered to take my place. But they thought, I was approached that it would be nice that if we could make a proclamation, thank you, for Dr. Hahn to be presented to him at this banquet. So I will read this and ask council's approval on this. Proclamation, June 1st, 2015. Whereas the village of New Paris, Ohio has been enriched by having a physician in the community, and whereas this position, has been a friend and supporter of the village and its residents, as well as people of the surrounding area for 36 years, and whereas it is the privilege of the mayor and the council to recognize his service, applaud his accomplishments, bestow upon him the gratitude of the citizens, and the wishes him well in retirement, be it hereby proclaimed by the mayor and council that the week beginning June 23rd and ending June 30th, 2015 shall be set aside and to be in the honor of Dr. Ott. I would need
I'll make a motion that we approve that proclamation.
Second.
roll call, please.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
Bill?
Yes.
Ralph?
Yes.
Neil?
Now, Kathy also has a more appropriate document for everyone to sign that she is going to present to Dr. Hahn at the festivities.
Rick, I think I'd like you to sign right here. Jamie will attest to all the signatures, and then it can just come around the room.
Okay.
So we'll let you
All right.
start.
Thank
Because I
you.
don't want to leave without getting that, and then have to go tracking everybody
It will
down.
be, where did you want me to start, up here?
Right there, please.
All right.
We'll just make copy of that.
That'd be great. That'd be great. Then we don't have to sign again.
Yeah.
Me,
Sure. While as everybody's doing that, I will continue with some conversation here, communication from the mayor. Oh, there it is. This is to let everyone know who wishes to rerun for council, mayor, or BTA, that there are terms that are expiring this year. The deadline, is the ones that are expiring this year is the mayor's position, Ralph, Kathy, Kevin, and Larry's. All positions are coming to end of the term this year. If any of those people wishes to go for another term, the deadline you need to be getting your affidavit fill outs or whatever it is, you fill out your voting forms, and they need to be back in by 4 o'clock on August 5th. Hoping to see those return, but just to remind you that your terms are coming to an end this year.
I have a couple of things under old business when you get ready.
All right, go ahead, please.
One of them is when I talked to Susan a while back at one of our meetings, and she said, I believe it was sometime in July, that there is a grant that we could apply for the cleaning of Shanks Ditch and Rocky Fork. So I wanted to get with her and find out for sure the date that application has to be in, if council so chooses to do that.
I would need a motion from Mary Jane to continue that conversation with Susan to seek the grant, please.
I move that she follow up on that and see if we can apply for any monies for those things.
I think she said it was had something to do maybe with the park grant too,
Okay.
or the clean air.
Is there a second on that,
Grant bill.
please? Second. Roll call, please.
Neil?
yes.
Ralph?
No.
Bill? Kathy?
Yes.
Mary Jane?
Yes.
Something else?
The other was, I attended, and Kathy was there, at the alumni Jefferson Township High School, and I brought to their attention that the village the old school had been turned over to the village, and we was looking for grants to have it torn down, and there was a big, But anyway, then after the meeting was over, a couple of people came and wanted to know if we could save any of the brick. We talked about this a while back, but several people have approached me, not at that time, but in the past about saving some of the brick to be sold or whatever we want to do.
I think when the time comes, I don't think that any of that would be an issue, but I think this is the report that I got back from the company that did our asbestos, of what is going to be required to take place for this to happen. I have not went through it all, but it's quite lengthy. And I was hoping Susan was going to be here tonight to give us some information as to what direction to go next, but she's not here, so I'll in contact with her. The next step, I'm assuming, will be to get a company in here. Now that we have the study done, the company will know what they have to do, and the next step would be to get numbers from somebody. And I would ask Susan for her advice on that. So other than that, when I go to school, that's all I have. I know it's quite a lengthy report, and it's going to be, well, it's quite a report, so further information on that to come once we discuss it with Susan, what our next steps should be. So this is, I've got this in a folder out there, and I'll leave it with Jama for anyone that wants to look at it there, so if you have time. I know we was in there, I took that company through there 3 or 4 times, we walked through there, so it's quite the experience. Having said all that, if no one has anything else, the next meeting will be July 6th. July 6th, 7 o'clock. If anything else, I need a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye, please.